YouTube, it's Nessa from Nessa Aesthetics and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a Christmas video, so that's always fun. Loki, stop! So really quickly, all the products will be down in the description along with all of my links, so go ahead and check that out. It takes me like 10,000 years to put everything down there. And also, if you are not following me on Instagram, you had no idea that I chopped all my hair off, which I did. Chopped it all off, except for this little bit at the top, and I'm loving it. It's a good look. I'm loving how low maintenance it is. I didn't even straighten my hair, and it looks like I kind of tried. So if you want to see how to achieve this Christmassy thing on your face, then keep on watching. Alrighty, so we are going to start off with chapstick because it's winter and everyone's lips are dry and cracked and disgusting. And then primer because I just felt like using primer. I really don't have a reason for it. I have it, so I was going to use it. So use it if you have it, if you want to. I don't know. Then I'm taking my beauty blender. Well, it's actually Real Technique sponge, but no, wait, it's Eco Tools. It's Eco Tools, and I'm taking my Fenty foundation and I'm putting that on my face and I'm blending it all out. Then I'm going to take my Kat Von D concealer and I'm going to put that under my eyes and on top of my eyelids, and we're going to use that to cover up the dark circles so it looks like you've slept in the past week, and to use it as a primer on our eyeballs for all of the eyeshadows. And I'm going to take my Fit Me powder and I'm going to use my sponge to apply that around my eyes so that they don't crease because I like to do that. And then I'm taking my other Fit Me powder and I'm dusting that around the rest of my face because it's a little bit darker, and I think this foundation is still a little bit too light for me. I still have a little bit of my summer tan, I guess. And then Hoola bronzer, I'm going to be using that just under my cheekbones to make it look like I actually have cheekbones. And then I'm going to be using that to contour my nose a little bit. I started doing this quite recently and I like how it looks, so I'm going to do it. Now I'm taking my Kat Von D Super Brow in Granite, I believe. It is the black one, and I'm doing my brows off camera. And then I'm taking this Makeup Geek eyeshadow. It is called Dirty Martini, and I'm going to start putting that in my crease and buffing it out. This is just the first shadow and it's gonna go pretty much everywhere. Then I'm going into my Dark Magic palette and I'm taking the lightest shade and I'm just using that to go around the edges to soften it up and blend it into our skin, because from pasty skin to army green is a little bit of a jump. Then I'm taking this foresty green color that's a little bit more cool toned and I'm putting that in my crease, and I'm being a little bit more careful of where I put this so we get that gradient effect. And I'm also going to wing it out just a little bit on the outer corner so we get that nice shape, especially once we do the liner later. And then I'm taking the black out of this palette, just any black will do, and I'm deepening everything up. The black wasn't really a prominent color, I just wanted everything a little bit deeper, and I didn't have the shades I wanted, so I made them. And then I went back in with my forest green and my army green, and I just blended them all together so it looked all nice. And then I go in with my Kat Von D concealer again and a little brush dude, and I'm just putting it on my lid and looking up so that I can see where my crease actually is. And then I'm doing the cut crease thing. I'm sure you've seen how to do this, unless you've been living under a rock. And if that's the case, then this is how you do it. And then I just feather it out on the edge near the edge of my eye a little bit to get that blend started for later. And then I'm going into this sparkly lime green, and I'm going to pat that all over the lid to set it and as a base for the glitter. And here is said glitter. It's Stila. I think it's Diamond Dust, and it is gorgeous, and it's going to look a little bit green since we have that green underneath it, which was my plan all along. And once that's dry, we're gonna set it with just a shimmery white eyeshadow, just so it doesn't crease, because if you have hooded eyes, everything creases. Then I'm going back into that army green. No, wait, that's the dark green. I'm going back into that dark foresty green just to clean up the edges. I was a little bit messy, and nothing you can't fix with more eyeshadow. And then going back into that same dark green and feathering out the edge of the glitter so it's not a harsh line, but a nice blend. And then going into black and doing the same thing in a smaller area. Are you sensing a theme yet? And now we are starting on the red eye. We are taking a red eyeshadow and just starting to buff that in the same shape that we did with the army green. All the products are going to be down in the description, by the way, if you're looking for the exact ones. But I guess you could do this with any eyeshadows if they're the right color. And then that same skin one, the pasty white skin that I have, and just blending that out so it's a nice blend. And then I'm going to my giant Jaclyn Hill palette and taking the brick red color, and I'm going to use that the same way we use the dark green to deepen it up so it's all nice and blended and Christmassy. Then I'm taking a black. I don't know why I used a different black than I did before, but I'm just using it to deepen up the red. Again, it's not supposed to look like black, it's just supposed to look like deep red, but I didn't have the color I wanted. So again, I made it. Then I'm going back in with that bricky red color, and I'm just blending it out with the black to make it look all nice and blended again. I'm great at voiceovers, by the way. And then I'm doing the same thing with the concealer that I did on the other eye. The only trick is trying to get them to match, because that is the key to this look, is to have them match somewhat, because they're different colors. And then I'm going into this pink color. It's a little bit shimmery, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm just setting all of the concealer so that we can put more glitter. And this is the same glitter that I used on the other eye, but since we have a pink base under this one, it's going to look slightly pink. And since we have a green base under the other one, it's going to look slightly green, and it's going to look like we have two different color glitter on our eyeballs, when in reality, we are just really crafty. And then I'm going in with that same white shimmery shadow just to set it. It doesn't really do anything other than set it, which I like, because I like the glitter. And then I'm going back into that dark bricky red and deepening up the outer corner and kind of fading it into le glitter. And singing and making faces, and going into the black again and going underneath my eyes, both of my eyes with that black. Again, I don't know why I'm using two different blacks. It makes no sense to me either, but that's what I decided to do. And then I'm going into the dark green, and I'm going to do that under the green eye and smoke it out, and do the same thing with the army green, although I don't know why that part wasn't filmed. And then I'm going into the brick red, and I'm going to do that under my red eye, and I'm going to smoke that out as well. And then use a different brush and a little bit of that more pink eyeshadow and do the same. I don't know why I didn't film that part. Now I'm going into my Alchemist palette, and I'm taking the green one and putting it on my inner corner and my brow bone on the green side, and doing the same with the red on the red side. I mean the pink shadow. I don't know why I didn't film that. And then I'm using this one out of my Jaclyn Hill palette. That's just a neutral, shiny color, and I'm putting that on my nose and my cheekbones and my Cupid's bow. couldn't think of the word. Then liner. This is my Stila liner, and I started to use this one, but it didn't want to go over the glitter very well, so I changed to my E.L.F. one, which you'll see right here, which is more of a liquid, so it went over the glitter without being bumpy. And then I just did the liner thing on both eyes and did really big wings because it's Christmas and I can do whatever I want with eyeliner on my eyeballs. And then I took these Ardell Faux Mink lashes and I put them on my face, and I couldn't get my camera to focus because that's how my day was going. Now I'm taking my NYX black liner and I'm doing the weird tight line thing where you put black stuff right up next to your eyeballs. And then I'm going in with lipstick. This is Wet n Wild So Noir Cool. And I'm putting that on my lips because that's what you do with lipstick. And then I took off my animal ears and fooled with my hair for about 10 minutes because I couldn't figure out how to get it to lay right. And that's all. That is it. We are finished. Congratulations. This is the final look. I absolutely love it. It turned out better than I expected it to. And I like black lipstick because it makes my teeth look white. That's all I have for you today. I hope this was fun to follow or watch. I hope you enjoyed. Loki really wants my attention right now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I will see you in the next video.